It's all about hard work and endeavour. When I was 16 and knew I wanted to be a guitar player, I knew it was going to take work, so I worked. I don't think I'm the best musician that you'll ever meet. I'm definitely the most hard-working you'll ever find. I was born just up the road, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes away, in a place called Finchley Road. Sort of every Saturday you'd sort of come down here with friends from when you were younger to go to the market or just sort of hang around. We'd come down to clubs down here as well, you know, sort of try and look older and get in when you're 16 and all that. And this is where I grew up. This will always be the place I grow up. When I was born, I didn't really ever know it was the 80s. The music that was played in the house was only music from the 70s and the 60s, the music that my parents loved. And there was a guy at school, we talked a lot about liking the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. I said, like, what else should I get? And he said to me, get Led Zeppelin 4 and The Doors' LA Woman and start from there. I really liked the cover of the Led Zeppelin one. I thought, right, I'll put this one on first. And then my entire life changed in about, what, 12 seconds? That riff came in with Black Dog. And I was like, right, that's it. That's definitely it. I'm gonna be a guitar player in a band. I remember saying to my parents, I was like, yeah, I want an electric guitar. My dad's worked a job since he was about 12 years old. So he was like, right, if you want this, go out, get yourself a job. So I basically peeled apples and then washed up pots. I'd start at 6 in the morning till about 6 in the evening. And I think I was getting paid. I think it was under £3 an hour. And yeah, but after that 6 weeks I had enough. I had enough money. I had it all in my hand, all in cash. I went straight down there and bought an Epiphone Les Paul. I got it home and then that was it. Never looked back. Later, when I had a band, we'd come down and see friends play down here, and there were certain venues that we knew we really wanted to play in. Went down to the Jazz Cafe for their Sunday afternoon jam sessions. I always took my guitar, but I never got up and played because I'd sort of listen to the first set. The band would play the first set, and I think, God, they're fucking incredible. And the guitar just stayed in its case next to me as I sat there drinking an orange juice or something. I realised there were so many opportunities for me to play in bars and play with musicians and be in bands. I thought, right, there's no point in messing about here. I'll learn some scales, I'll get my theory up to scratch. I want to be the best I can possibly be at that moment. I only started singing out of pure necessity because we sort of had these gigs booked, but we couldn't get gigs on weekends. And the owners of the bars would just say, well, you don't sing. I said, well, I could sing. And everyone sort of laughed, and I thought, well, should we just give it a go? And if it's rubbish, let me know, and I'll never sing again. We started doing it, and the guys were like, well, you sound great, let's do Friday. So we turned up, we did Friday, and the guy was like, brilliant, can we have you every Friday? And also every other Saturday. So we ended up playing in this bar sort of all the time. And then once we'd done that, other people came down, they'd be like, oh, will you play in our bar on a Wednesday or Thursday? And then suddenly I was singing 7 nights a week and just had to get good.
My guitars took away all the cash. Stay up all night, my girl, but you sure won't prove to me. Still gonna sell my soul down to the sea.
It's nice looking back. I used to sit in the Jazz Cafe wishing I could be on that stage and never being brave enough to get up. And then I was finally there, and it did feel like a real big achievement for me. This is the life that I always wanted. And this is the life I've sort of worked so hard to sort of forge for myself. You can't get up in front of a bunch of people who've paid money to come and see you play and do it 50%. It's 100% or nothing. Not even 99.5 will do.
Do it. whiskey's deep, there's another place.